everybody, welcome back to Southeast by Midwest. I'm Cassie, and today we are going to be talking about the Pat McGrath Skin Finish Sublime Perfection Foundation. If you want to know more about this and get some of my thoughts, then just keep on watching. As always, here on Southeast by Midwest, before we jump into talking about this product, we disclose, and the disclosure for this is that I received this in a Vox box like over a year ago. So this is already done. This is already over with. I get like nothing out of talking to you about this. I missed that, which I was penalized for, and I did not receive any Vox boxes for like a year. But I received this basically right before we moved. So it got shoved in a box and I completely forgot about it. I was going through said box looking for something else that I wanted to post about that I knew was in there, because it's my new release box of shame. I buy things, throw them in there to cover them, and then I get behind, I take a break, and they don't get covered. And this was in there and I was like, oh crap, I remember doing the survey for that, but I didn't cover it. So I did want to let you know that I did receive this for free. However, all opinions are my own. They are completely honest. And like I said, I don't get any kind of thing out of it because that's already closed and been closed for months and months and months. So let's jump in. So as you can see, this packaging, I'm like living for this. Like this little pop-up kind of cigarette box looking thing. It probably is not modeled after a cigarette box, but you know, that's me. So you got this, the color up at the top. I don't know if you guys can see it or not due to the lighting, but I'm in shade light 2, which means there's only one other shade below this one, in case you wondered exactly how Casper I look. These lights just really help. Okay, let's move on. Anyway, so light 2 is described as being the lightest with peach undertones. And this is the bottle. Is it fabulous? The component is amazing, except for that piece that's peeling right there. It's like a frosted bottle. It has some heft to it. The cap slides off, and you have a nice pump bottle. This is a 35 milliliters or 1.18 ounces and retails for a, sit down before I say this, hold on, $68. Now, the thing is you can get this at Sephora, which has 2% cash back, at Rakuten. And then Pat McGrath, on a normal basis, her website has 4% cash back. And then, of course, Sephora has like the different VIB, Rouge sales, and things like that, where even the luxury brands are discounted. So that's also something to think about. Now, this is supposed to be buildable coverage. It's supposed to be sheer to medium, depending on how you apply it. It is supposed to be have a weightless texture, a satin finish, and be good for all skin types. Now, here's what I want to say. First off, let me give you a little swatch. I'm going to do 2 little areas here. As you can see, it's liquidy, it's moving around. And I did one so you could see the color, but I did the other one so that I could blend it out. Now, the first time that I used this foundation, okay, now the first time I used this foundation, I hated it. Could not stand it. It sunk into every dry area, crack, everything that I had. Hated it. And I applied it with a sponge. The next time I used it, because I was like, all right, it's time to, you know, try it with a brush. I used the It Cosmetics Love Beautifully, one of the It brushes for Ulta. It's the one that's shaped like a heart. This is the one that Kathleen likes if you Love is the foundation. They do these every year, and when they released this year's, Kathleen Lights did a little video on, I think it was just Instagram, talking about how this one, where it's got like that little roundness to it, is the best version, but that the new one that's like super flat isn't that great. And I completely agree, because ultimately this style of brush, I have tried this with the flat kabuki brushes like the Sigma, and And I don't like the application as much as when it has some kind of roundness to it. It just blends it a lot better, which is what I want to say about this foundation. If you're just going to come in and you're just going to do like this, it is not going to be that great. It's just going to sit on top of the skin and it's not going to go to the best of its potential. But this is one of those foundations where you really, really, really have to take the time and just keep pressing it into the skin, which is why the sponge doesn't give it the best application. It's why I hated it with the sponge. But when I came back and I used this one, and I just kept pouncing and pouncing and pouncing it and letting it work in to the skin, I literally sat here for like 20 minutes just doing this all over my face. Like I got it roughly applied, and then I just went and just did this for like a good 15-20 minutes all over my face, just steadily bouncing it in. And once I did that and I got that all over, it just blended in so well on the skin. It doesn't look that great here for some reason. I think it's the lighting. But in actual, like, without this lighting, it actually looks amazing on the skin in real life. So as you can see, I have lines when I do this, but it does not emphasize those lines. It is amazing. So I will have pictures over on the blog of me wearing this with no filter. So if you want to see what it looks like on what I'm talking about, then head on over to the blog. So hopefully you've, for my thoughts on the other parts of it, is it buildable? Is it sheer to medium? All those kind of things, make sure to check the blog. Hopefully you found this video fun and informative. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. It really does help. Make sure to, if you're going to leave a comment, to go to the blog post link down below. And again, like I said, to see the photo and also to see, you know, the rest of my thoughts on this, make sure to go ahead to the blog post down below. And until next time, bye!